Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sally Foote, a veterinarian with over 35 years of general practice experience and behavior expertise. I love to share my knowledge and expertise with pet owners as well as veterinarians and animal professionals to help you understand and know the best ways to provide low-stress care for our animals. You can find out more about me and also use some of my resources at my website, drsallyjfoote.com. And thank you for attending this Facebook Live. So today's lesson is how we're going to create a kitty care center in our home. I like to post, and create a lot of content for both dog and cat, less stressful or low stress veterinary care. And a common comment from cat owners will be, well, I can't even get my cat, to stand still or sit still on the counter or in my lap for care. And so I'm going to focus on this little Facebook Live today on the whole, like how we get the cat to like coming to an area for care, because that's really the very first step, to be able to give sub-Q fluids, give an insulin injection to our diabetic cats, put eye drops in, ear drops in, etc. So this is my friend Binks. Some of you may recognize Binks. He's actually my daughter's cat, and he's been down here visiting a little bit here at the learning center I have in Tuscola, Illinois. So I have a towel on this is a table. Now at home, I tend to prefer to stand and then have something that's going to be about waist height. So a counter, and you could have like the end of a kitchen counter, maybe a table that you purposely make this spot for your cat to come to, not only for when you have to give care, but once a day for some fun. I have Binks's little temptation treats here, as you can see. So on this countertop, I've also put a towel down so it's warm, and we can spray the towel with, say, the feel-away pheromone so that it attracts him. He wants to come here. He feels like it's his place. So today he's not getting any treatment. It's just going to be a fun time. So that way he likes coming up to the spot. So we're going to take some of the temptation treats and just throw a couple of them on the table here and just let him find it, jump up there, eat the treats. But hey, this is cool. And that's all you have to do. So maybe at least 2 or 3 times a week on your little, let's call it the kitty care center, throw some their favorite cat treats, maybe a small dish of canned food. You can bring the best reward up on the spot for that cat to just self-discover, just to jump up there and to find it. Now, besides food, in addition to food, we can also use play. So you can then say, well, this is where Binks really likes these actual real feathers from, birds outside. We could have his feather up here. Well, he'll play with the feather, or this is his little catnip pillow. I could put the catnip pillow up here. Right now he's not getting into it so much. But we could have his catnip pillow up here so that he plays with the catnip pillow up here, or he finds it up here, and then he may take it elsewhere in the house. But he wants to come up here. He's motivated to come up here to find his little catnip pillow, and that attracts him to the spot. And this spot is not always about treatment. This spot also has other experiences that are not about getting a shot, not about being held tight for nails. So it neutralizes the memory of anything that might have him feeling a little bit stressed for handling. Of course, we want to make all aspects of the handling, less stressed for the cat. In other words, have them positively conditioned to the steps for care and handling. So you can do this even a little bit during playtime, but really only spend about 10 or 15 seconds doing this and leave them alone for a couple minutes, and maybe do it again, like just very short bits of, say, this kind of training. So let's say, for example, Binks here needed to receive daily insulin injections. We have a lot of cats that are diabetic and they need to get insulin or subcutaneous fluids under the skin. Say he was older and he had kidney failure. I want him to be happy about the action of putting a needle in his skin. Like he'll lay still for this. So I would get him happy about coming up here. And then the actual training part would be to take a handful of food and put it right down so that he'll want to eat it. He's watching something out the window here. But then as he's eating it, I will just take my hand and I'm just gently lifting. I'm not pinching tight. I'm going to watch him. I'll do it once and I'll let go. Okay, no, you're busy watching other things. Come here. But I got to wait until he's eating, because when he's eating, that's when he's receiving that reward, and now I'll touch the skin and then I'll let go and make sure he stays eating. So this is just the first practice of conditioning him to where I need to tent the skin for putting in a needle. Now I don't have a needle with me, but a way you can practice, the stimulus of tapping the skin is you could take just the ballpoint end on a pen. I'm going to wait for you to be eating again, right, buddy? There you go. Tent the skin, and I'm just going to tap once and end. You see that? I made the stimulus short and took it away to make sure he stayed at the level of eating, and then that's where I can make this a little bit longer and take it away. I would only practice this 2 or 3 times, maybe once or twice a week in between an actual treatment session. Then when we are actually going to need to treat, we would have like the bag of fluids out and call the cat up there and give them reward. And then when you actually do the treatment, he's already going to be accustomed to sitting in place and being ready for care and treatment. So taking the time to do this first preliminary step of having the cat like coming to a place is so important. I was at the Champaign-Urbana cat show about 6-7 years ago, and when I did a little presentation there at the cat show, I told people in the audience about this, about how to make this cat care center. And one of the attendees in the audience about 6 months later sent me this great photograph of her cat Genghis Khan on his towel on this kind of counter area, and he liked long blades of grass, to kind of chew on and roll around in. And she said he needed to get the inhaler to treat his asthma, that kind of face mask nebulizer to treat his asthma daily. And it was a real struggle trying to get that nebulizer on his face, and he would struggle. And of course, when the cats are struggling, then they can actually have more trouble breathing. So she thought about what I had said, and she said, okay, I put the towel down and said he's going to have his little grass playtime up here. So she did that, and he liked getting up there. And then she would lay the nebulizer next to the grass, so he was kind of rolling around on it, and he facially marked the nebulizer. And then she said, then I was able to actually hold the nebulizer right by his face where he would get his treatment, and when done, give him more grass time. And now she was able to treat him every day without any struggle. His health had definitely improved, and she was really glad that I had been so clear about how to make the space nice for him for treatment, because that was the key that changed everything to make it so much better for him. Well, thank you very much. Make sure I post these videos up on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Dr. Sally J. Foote. So make sure you click like and subscribe, and then, press the little bell icon so that way you can know when other videos I'm uploading, come up. You can find me here at Facebook and LinkedIn, and thank you very much for attending so we can create a kinder, more gentle care experience for our patients. Bye-bye.